The Western Cape Premier says the province needs additional resources to sustain water supply through the dry summer season. The Southern Cape and areas within the Karoo are hardest hit. In Knysna, the situation is dire.
We have a number of towns that are definitely in that disaster space where they themselves are also calling for a local disaster. Now we'll be calling for a provincial disaster. Primarily I think of Knysna, where they're getting down to days worth of water. Other towns in the region also you can see under huge pressure in the Garden, under huge pressure in the Karoo. So the disaster declaration enables us to put further emergency mechanisms in place.
Government says a lot of municipalities have too much losses within the system.
The municipalities must sit down and bring down their water losses by putting in extra plumbing teams, by walking their lines and look at the big water losses to fix that as soon as possible. And then with government and with the geohydrologists, see how we can bring in extra water into the system, because we sit with population growth, we need to deal with economic growth, and for that you're going to need water.
Bradell says municipalities cannot impose water restrictions and at the same time are unable to account for up to half of its water supply, as is the case in Knysna.
Their current demand, given the work that we've done there over the last 2 months, is now 9 megalitres a day, and that's the lowest that it has been. It's on average 12 megalitres. But the biggest problem with Knysna is that they lose 7.9 megalitres through pipe burst, water losses, bypass water meters to the extent of 8,000 bypass water meters. And obviously the dam the level has slightly increased to about 18%. It buys them about additional 13 days in the system.
Government is urging people to start acting like they did 9 years ago, during the worst drought in a century, by implementing water-saving practices. Since then, long-term planning to temper the impact of climate change and bolster water resilience has been implemented.
We've spent as a provincial government R250 million on various municipal programs to get water resilience programs up and running, to invest in their infrastructure, etc. We've spent around about R50 million on engineering capacity and geohydrologists, because as a government, we need to base our decision making on science.
The current dam levels across the province are at 58%, compared to 80% during the same period last year. Mariska Botha, SABC News, Cape Town.